If you spent 2025 chasing Nvidia, congratulations, you made money. But if you plan to use that exact same strategy in 2026, I believe you are walking into a trap. The easy money phase of the AI trade is officially over. The days of blindly throwing a dart at any chip stock and watching it sometimes are gone. We are now entering what Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are calling the second wave. While retail investors are still fighting over expensive hardware stocks at all-time highs, the smart money is quietly rotating into three specific companies that are undervalued, underappreciated, and perfectly positioned to dominate the new year. One is a hardware giant trading at a massive discount. One is the operating system for the entire AI economy. And one is a magnificent 7 stocks that Wall Street has completely mispriced. If you want to catch the next massive run before it happens, put down your phone and pay attention. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Stockomo. Before we reveal the tickers, you need to understand the logic behind this trade. If you don't understand the why, you will panic sell the moment we get a red day. Here's the roadmap for 2026. Phase 1 of the AI revolution was all about infrastructure. It was about digging the holes and pouring the concrete. That is why Nvidia, Micron, and SMCI went parabolic in 2024 and 2025. They sell the shovels. But we are now transitioning into Phase 2. This is the application phase. Think about the internet boom in the late 90s. Phase 1 was Cisco and Intel building the routers and servers, but Phase 2 was Amazon and Google building the actual businesses on top of that infrastructure. The companies we are buying for 2026 are the ones that take all those expensive Nvidia chips and actually do something useful with them. We're looking for 3 criteria. Catch-up potential, they haven't already run up 500%, real revenue, they're making money from AI today, not just promising it, and valuation safety. If the market crashes, these stocks have a floor. Let's start with stock number 1, the second chance trade for anyone who missed the Nvidia boat. Our first pick is Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't AMD just a worse version of Nvidia? In 2025, maybe, but in 2026, the gap is closing fast. Here's the data. As of this weekend, AMD is trading significantly below its potential compared to Nvidia, which is priced for absolute perfection. The thesis for AMD in 2026 is simple: supply constraints. We know from the recent Micron earnings report that the world is running out of AI chips. Nvidia is sold out. TSMC is booked solid. When the biggest companies in the world, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon, cannot get enough Nvidia Blackwell chips, where do they go? They go to the runner-up. They go to AMD. AMD's new MI325X chip doesn't need to be better than Nvidia's, it just needs to be available. We're already seeing this massive rotation. Microsoft and Meta have both publicly stated they are buying AMD chips to diversify away from Nvidia. They don't want to be held hostage by one supplier. Technically, AMD has been consolidating for months, building a massive base. While everyone is dismayed of Nvidia hitting a top, AMD is coiled like a spring, waiting for its breakout moment. If you want exposure to chips but you're scared of buying the all-time high, AMD is your safety valve for 2026. Stock number 2 is the most controversial name on this list. You either love it or you hate it. Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR. Let's address the elephant in the room. Palantir looks expensive on paper. The PE ratio scares away the traditional value investors. But here's why we're buying for 2026. Momentum and the bootcamp model. Palantir is the textbook definition of a Phase 2 company. They don't make the chips, they make the software that justifies buying the chips. Their commercial revenue is exploding, growing over 50% year over year. Why? Because of their boot camps. They go into a massive corporation, set up their AI platform in 5 days, and show immediate profit. No other software company is deploying this fast. In 2026, CEOs are going to stop asking how many GPUs do we have and start asking how do we make money with this data. Palantir is the answer to that question. The stock has been a retail favorite, but now institutions are piling in. We're seeing a breakout on the chart that suggests the S&P 500 inclusion was just the start. If you want to own the Microsoft of the AI era, this is it. Treat it as a high-growth play. Expect volatility, but respect the trend. And finally, stock number 3. This is my highest conviction play for a safe 2026. Alphabet, ticker symbol GOOGL. Google is currently trading at a valuation that frankly doesn't make sense. It has a PE ratio around 29. That's cheaper than Microsoft, cheaper than Amazon, cheaper than Apple, and significantly cheaper than Tesla. Why is it so cheap? Because for the last year, the narrative was ChatGPT will kill Google, but that narrative is dead. Google just released Gemini, and it's fully integrated into the workspace ecosystem. They have their proprietary data, they have their own custom chips, the TPUs, and they have over $100 billion in cash sitting in the bank. But the real reason I love Google for 2026 is the catch-up trade. Did you notice that Google actually started outperforming Nvidia in the last quarter? The market is waking up. As investors take profits from high-flying stocks in January to pay their taxes, they'll look for a safe place to park that cash. Google is that safe haven. It gives you AI growth without the bubble valuation. If you're a conservative investor, Google is your anchor. So here's your summary for the second wave portfolio. AMD, the supply chain spillover plays. Palantir, the enterprise software momentum play. Google, the undervalued giant safety play. Stop chasing yesterday's winners. The market is forward-looking. It doesn't care what Nvidia did in 2024, it cares who dominates 2026. I'm going to be adding to these positions on any red days we take during the holiday season. If you want to see exactly when I buy and get my daily updates on the market, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We're building the smartest community of investors on YouTube, and I want you in it. Thanks for watching Stockomo. Do your research, keep your risk managed, and I'll see you on Monday for the market open.